No whistling allowed. Hey, everybody. It's Ryan. Welcome to Making It Up As We Go. Still haven't changed the intro, and probably won't while we're on StreamYard, which probably won't be much longer. Anyway, welcome, everybody. Let's bring everybody in here. And first, we got Mr. Sean. Hey, Sean. How you doing,
Good
buddy?
evening. Doing wonderful.
Good. We got Mr. Corliss.
Good evening, everybody.
And then we have not Paul, but we have a Dave. Mr. Gatton, what's going on, sir?
Not much.
Good deal.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, appreciate it, buddy. Always appreciate it. Yeah, so Dave will I don't know if you were watching the chat, but Jerry over there at 3DHP, he's just switched to Talk Studio last week, and it looks like I did too by the counter. Actually, Jerry, I do have a Talk Studio Streamlab account, and I borrowed that counter because I liked it. So, but yeah, he says StreamYard prices went way up. Yes, they did. And they have about doubled, I guess, on just about everything. And that means a lot of people are changing. Mr. Gatton went over to EV Mu or whatever.
I think they call it EV Mux. It's EV, then MUX. I think the videos I watch, they call it EV Mux, which is a silly name, but good stuff.
Yeah. But those seem to be going pretty good. But yeah, we're probably bailing out of the StreamYard life too at some point here, probably in the next couple weeks. So, oh yeah.
I said I was going to do
it. Good deal.
He's a musketeer.
Sean and Dave have matching mouse ears.
Oh yeah, if I get mine, I didn't notice that.
There you go. So yeah. So anyway, Jerry, it's an interesting time on StreamYard land. They finally give us dark mode, and then they jack up the prices on everything.
Yeah,
so
only costs you $40 more a month for that dark mode.
Yeah, I'm trying, and you know damn well I'm going to use it until I can. So there's something kind of funny for everybody out there watching. So StreamYard is the software that we use to do the streaming stuff on here, right? And at the end of it, when you hit, you're done, it goes, how'd it go? And then it leave us a comment. And every week, I'm like, I want dark mode. Dave started it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Talking to them on their streams, hey, want dark mode? And I was like, yes, we need dark mode. So every week for the past year and a half almost, I've been putting in there too that I want dark mode. And so now they sold out to another company, and now we're getting dark mode. Like this is the first time that we've used it with dark mode available. It came up like last Saturday night or something like that. And then, oh well, it's going away. It's not worth the extra money. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, things are better on the dark side. They sure are. Dark side has cookies. So very good. We got Mr. JR out there. What's going on, sir? So, all right. Well, let's get moving on to other things other than stupid StreamYard stuff. Mr. Corliss, you been working on anything this week?
No, but I had good intentions.
There you go. Hey, that's what counts. That's what counts.
Sean did enough for both of us, so.
Yeah. Sean's been working.
Paul, real quick, that reminds me. I was going through a tote. I haven't touched it for about 6 years, and I found something. First thing that came to mind is bring on your giraffe. All right, let's put them head to head.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Yeah, that's cool.
I used to sell these as as like puzzle kits years
Oh,
ago.
did you?
Oh, they were fun. I'm
Yeah.
surprised this one's lasted that long.
Yeah.
He's
That was
missing a couple
neat.
pieces, and his arms. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, what have you been making this week, Sean? You've been busy cutting stuff out, that's for sure.
I've been in the shop cutting wood.
That's putting in some work right there.
One of the guys on Facebook called it the laser beaver. But
Yeah.
there's and I still have more to go. These are like double modules, single modules, mini modules. We have a show coming up next weekend. So guys, I might not make it next weekend, but so yeah, the last few days I've been busy in the shop cutting away, and the next few days I'll be packaging them all up and getting ready.
There you go.
And then after that I'll have a post train show sale.
Yeah, hopefully hopefully you don't have anything left after that show.
Yeah. Cross our fingers on that one. And then
good sales day.
yes. Where's the other one? And then my main table, I've been working on these guys. I haven't had a chance, but I'm setting this up Tuesday. I am going to try my luck at another live, probably around 10 o'clock in the morning. I figure what I'll do is, as I'm making a video, why not just also do it live in the process?
There you go. Might
So
as
yeah,
well.
that's my project for Tuesday. We'll be doing these signs.
Good
And
stuff.
an unboxing of a new soldering iron.
Ooh.
Yeah, a new toy.
Dave, you been working on anything this week?
Well, I've had my two little slowpoke Ender 3s going. I was working on a little dovetail type mount for that new offline controller screen thing I have. And so that took up most of the time because those things are so slow. But no, just doing the podcast on Wednesday nights and slowly getting back into that. So that's about it.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
The Creality Falcon Pro's been treating you good?
It has.
Nice.
It's a little different because of the sliding hood thing. I like it, but then sometimes I hate it because it's also hard to get material in there. At least I use that 12 by 19 stuff from Home Depot. In fact, I just got 4 boxes in yesterday, I think. And so you have to kind of push the gantry to the back so you can get it in there. It's, so other than that, but as far as the way the thing cuts, I love it.
There you go. Very cool.
And you can catch a little of it if you look leaned up against there. I have a whole bunch of scrap pieces where I've been trying to cut stuff out of where a little scrap material is on those blanks. So
nice. Very cool. Well, for me, I've been running these light boxes here this week, the Maryland flag ones that I've been working on. I have a lot of soldering to do. Not really looking forward to that because I really suck at soldering. But all my lights and stuff came in. So yesterday, I think it was. So hopefully this week we'll be able to get some stuff done with those and have them ready to ship out to wherever they need to go. And other than that, it's been kind of a week. I made mention about my pup Ranger last week. He had a seizure, and then of course he had another one this week. So he started his journey of anti-seizure medicine. So I feel bad for the dude. This one wasn't, the last seizure wasn't as bad though, so that was good. But still, he, scares the crap out of the poor guy. And he's my buddy, so I worry about him. But hopefully he'll do all right for a good while. But other than that, I really haven't had a chance to do much else. I've been pretty busy with work, not play work. So, yeah. Oh, look, Harry says somebody in his neighborhood has a Maryland flag. Yeah. See, we're obsessive about it. If you're from Maryland, you have a Maryland flag somewhere. So, Jerry says that the Creality printer needs some kind of ball bearings on the lid opening from what he's heard from others' streams. Like I guess it's noisy.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't really have a problem with the way it slides and open. It's easy enough to use that way. It's just when you've got a cover on it all the time, it makes it a little more difficult to get things in and out.
Gotcha.
And of course, I found out that I think I told you this, Ryan, that the it doesn't have a honeycomb bed in it. It has the slats.
Yeah.
And they are aluminum. So if you put a piece of warped material in there, you can't use magnets because it won't stick to the aluminum. So I've been trying to take some other stuff and weight it down and hope I don't run into it with the head. So
nice. Good stuff. All right. Well, let's get moving here. We'll start. Well, Mr. Gatton, he had his another podcast this week. This one, all right. I used the thumbnail from last week's, so sue me. but yeah, Mr. Gatton had another successful podcast on Wednesday night. It was a good one. Talked about a couple different senders. That garbage one candle. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I still can't get that thing to open up a second time. I told you I have to uninstall it, then reinstall it and use it once. And then when you get out of it, it won't open again for some reason. So I don't know.
Stupid. I don't understand that. But I think everybody agrees that G-Sender's the king of that mountain right now.
Yeah, and I kind of like UGS too. I think it's kind of a close second, I guess. Those two, but yeah, G-Sender's my favorite.
Well, isn't G-Sender built on UGS?
I
thought it was.
I don't know. I think I don't really know. I know that it's CNC Labs, the long mill and halt mill people that do that. So they've just done so much more to it. It's got stuff that none of the others have.
It's really, really nice. So it's awesome. Well, keep at it, Mr. Gatton. We're glad to have you back on doing streams again. And
all right, I appreciate that.
Look, Mr. Corliss sitting there with Mr. Gatton.
Yeah, he's my co-host.
This
does an awesome job watching the comments in the chat for me, so appreciate him.
So, all right, well, moving on, we got the last week we were talking about the Tyvok Spider S1 Kickstarter. It's up to a 4x8 foot diode laser, and right now I'm looking at it. They currently have this. They have 262 backers with 48 days to go. $577,804. Good for them.
They well surpassed their goal.
Yeah. The goal was like $20,000. So yeah, very good. It's going to be interesting to see this thing go. That's a huge bed, but pretty awesome.
Now, what's the wattage on that thing?
They have a couple different ones, but I'm using the wrong mouse.
This one's
Let me.
60.
The most powerful one that they have is a 60 watt.
Yeah.
But they also do have a 20 watt and a 40 watt.
Okay.
The 40 watt 4x8 is $1,500 right now. I mean,
$1,500. Huh?
$1,500. I mean, but if you're going to get one, I would. I mean, if you're going to go 4x8, you should really go with the
Go all out.
the powerful one that you can. And even still, 60 watt is $1,999.
Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, not bad at all. Looks like that one. They have 30 spots left of 230.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but the picture they're showing there on the thing, is that like it's no table or anything? You build your own table and just set this on it, or?
That's my impression of what I've seen, is that it's like a giant desktop
Okay, all right.
type setup. Let me get rid of
But
this.
I guess you just have to build a little frame. It probably isn't that heavy.
No, I can't imagine it's very heavy. But it also has one of those like garage top or the bread box style tops like the Creality does there.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, there it is in action. Nice. Look at that big linear rods going across.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty neat. It's pretty interesting that they've been able to get the diodes to such a power level at this point.
And that one will look like multiple diodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder where it's going to all end, because they keep, putting multiple ones in there and combining the beams. And what are they up to? Like 70 watts? I think somebody makes one that's 70 watt or
makes a
something.
big 70 watter. I forget who it is that does that, but yeah, pretty awesome though.
The only thing that I've heard about it is the more power you're putting through it, the more diodes, the wider the kerf is.
Right.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, because they're not all going to be 1,000,000% straight, I would imagine.
Still, that's pretty dang good though.
Yeah, I mean.
Because all you do, you adjust for the kerf and that's it.
Yeah. It's not like the kerf's going to be like 3 inches wide.
No.
And I'm sure the technology will get better on that part as well too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's kind of neat. I like it.
Yeah. Having one that big, wow, that'd be pretty wild. Would be pretty wild. All right. Well, we'll check in on that thing next week and see how they're doing. Let me see the other ones here. So, it looks like looking at their different sizes. So the 41 by 4, that one's a 20 watt. They've had like 14 backers out of 100 on that one. The 20 watt 4x8 is, they have like 12 on that one. But I mean, it looks like everybody that wants it is getting the
big one,
the bigger one, because that's the one that makes sense
if
you're going to get one. But yeah, they're all, even the 60 watt small one, the 4-foot one, they have like 11 or 12 backers or something like that. So they all have 11, 12 backers for each of the different levels until you get to the 60 watt 4x8, and then it's like everybody wants that one. So yeah, interesting.
I kind of like the idea that you can add a spindle to it, but the spindle isn't the best.
Yeah, I don't. I can't imagine that it would. I don't know. Not that it wouldn't work well, but you're not going to be cutting. I think you got to look at this thing as it's a laser.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be really considered a CNC, but
Well, it is a CNC, but a laser.
well, yeah, you know what I mean. Router.
Yeah, a router.
So, all right. Well, moving on then. We'll check in on that thing again next week and see how they're doing since they got 48 days left to go, or maybe we'll check in a few weeks. Who knows? We got Joel Telling over there, the 3D printing nerd. He's printing out some furniture. This is one of those. It's like somebody made one of these as like out of real wood at some point, and then I guess somebody did a model of it, and now you can 3D print them. But it's like kind of like a broken bookcase or whatever. But he used his Orange Storm Giga to print that big puppy out, and I think he said he used like 7 kilograms of filament to print that out or something like that, which equaled out to be like $250. I think somebody would pay $250 for that.
Oh yeah,
like as a product or whatever, you know what I mean? Like which I mean, it wouldn't get you any profit, but but I could see somebody paying $250 for something that size for their kid or something like that. And don't
I have
PCB Way
noticed.
Sponsoring his channel.
Yeah. I have noticed if you go to like Bamboo or any of those guys and you buy more than 10 rolls, you do get a deep discount.
Yeah. So you do get quite a bit. But pretty neat though. I mean, it would be fun to make something like that. Make something that big.
Another use for the
not having to cut it up. So pretty sweet. Fun times. All right. We'll move on then. We got Jared Gross. This is pretty cool. I was really we've talked on and off once in a while about the like 3D printing of houses and stuff like that. And so this is the first application, I guess, like industrial wise. It's a Walmart. They're making an addition to the Walmart, and it's a 3D printed structure, which they were finishing it up. I guess like right around. Well, I mean, they're done with it now. But when the video was going on, they were doing like the last little sections of the walls, and I thought it was pretty sweet. You know, it's pretty cool that a big company like that was like, yeah, let's try it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But what a cool machine that printing at 20 some feet up in the air and being able to do it precisely was pretty impressive.
Now, I didn't hear the guy mention in that video, but did you hear him say how long it took him to do all of what he was showing in the video? I mean, I know it was a few days at least, but
like the whole building that they put up. No, I don't think he mentioned that. It's not necessary. Well, in hearing other people when they do houses and all that, it's not necessarily taking less time, but it's taking a whole lot less man hours because there's 3 guys out there operating stuff and that's it. You don't have a whole team of people banging stuff together. So I think that's where some of the savings really comes into play.
And it's got to be cheaper than pouring a slab wall and standing it up.
No.
The 3D printing not cheaper?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the 3D printing is actually, it might be more, well, at this point, it might be more expensive.
Huh.
But yeah, I think it's still cheaper to do a slab wall, but you got to get somebody to bite and try the new technology stuff to get it more accessible. And I think they were painting it too. I think the original thought was that they were going to like stucco the outside and smooth it out, but then Walmart was like, no, we're 3D printing this structure. We need to, showcase that it's 3D printed.
So that's pretty
And,
cool.
Yeah, I
so
think it'll
they
look
were
pretty
painting.
cool once they paint it.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I mean, and really, nobody else is really going to know. They're just going to think it's a texture on the side of the wall anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go, "Wow, that building looks like it was 3D printed." But it's pretty cool. Neat process. But yeah, pretty fun. Fun stuff.
Well, they do fill it.
Yeah, I think it had like a cavity that they did. Then they went back and filled with concrete.
Yeah, it's gonna be a solid wall.
Yeah.
I'd live in a house that's 3D printed in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I miss that the solar decathlon is no longer held in DC. The solar decathlon was like a building thing for colleges, and they would bring out these houses. I think now they do it in California or something. But they used to do it on the mall in Washington D.C. Every couple of years. And so what happens is that the schools would build a house, and the object was to get it to be as sustainable as possible. And I know one of the houses that somebody has done in the last couple of years or whatever was a 3D printed house, and that was pretty neat how they set it up and did it. But it was fun, a fun thing to go to, because then you get to see just some off the wall. Some of it was really bizarre, like the choices that they would make for something. The way they did the walls was some crazy ass plant that only grows in like 300 feet of a corner of a rainforest or something like that. It's all kind of weird crap, but it was pretty fun. But yeah, they've had the 3D printing houses at those too, and that was pretty neat. So, but awesome. All right, moving on to Evan and Caitlin. So I don't watch these folks. They evidently have a monstrous following. Monstrous. I mean, look at the views they've gotten on this video. But
335,000 in one day.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's crazy.
But so they built they laser cut a cardboard for a computer, and to make a laptop, and they actually did use a little bit of 3D printing too. But the part that I was entertained the most by was that they were laser cutting cardboard for the rest of it. And then they sent it to Linus Tech Tips to check out. And evidently it's a really horrible computer. Like, as a computer, it's really, really bad. But as a cardboard computer, it's really good.
It's intriguing.
But some of they go through some of the stuff that they had issues with, which I don't know if they were rushing through the whole project or what, but some of it you could just kind of immediately see that were going to be problems, like the key placement and stuff like that. They were getting stuck, and it's like, well, you need probably more of a kerf on those pieces to be able to make it free them up from the cardboard and be able to move. And then if you look at the part where they had the keyboard in, it was like sunken down a little bit further. And so they went through some iterations to get it to work, but it did, and it was pretty neat. I was entertained.
Be easy to ship.
Yeah, right. All you gotta do is just sew a shipping label on it.
Stick a label on it and drop it in
you
the
got
UPS box.
Warning: cardboard inside. Yeah, pretty fun, and exciting. It worked. It was a computer. yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, this one's for Dave. I didn't get to watch this one yet, so Dave's gonna. Our friend Mr. Hammerquist sent this one in. I think, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, that was me.
Oh, is that you, Paul?
Yep.
Wrong, Paul. I missed Paul identified. So now Dave can yell at you for submitting this one. So, but yeah, 17 reasons why you don't need to shop around for other printers and should just buy an A1. So how are we looking, Dave? What do you think?
Well, this was like the second video of the bunch that I watched, and I started to go ahead and put one in my cart. I was able to restrain myself from going ahead and click add to cart, but yeah, this video made me really. Well, I mean, you kind of already had me wanting one, Ryan, just from what I've seen yours do. And then when I saw this video, I thought, yeah, that is pretty nice. So, but I think if I got it, I would do like Sean did and print out the things to put the spools up above.
Yeah,
I think that would be pretty sweet.
The way to go.
You'll have to do the covers in black too. That way you don't lose your ears.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta keep your mouse ears on, Dave.
Yeah. Well, it really, like I said, I kind of wanted one anyway after hearing Ryan talk about his, and then after watching this, and then when I went to look them up, I'm like, well, let's just see how much that is. So I went to the website, and I think on the Bamboo website it's like $489 for the whole for the whole thing. And but what really got me is when I read that it'll do 550 millimeters a second, and then I thought, well, wait a minute, I run my enders at like 80. So yeah.
I run mine normal speed. I run mine at like I think the Bamboo Studio has it like at 200 millimeters a second. So yeah, I mean it can run even faster, but you get ridiculous print quality at the 200 or so. So I don't need to push it any further than that.
The acceleration on it's extremely fast too, which is really nice.
Yeah, Sean, are you running yours at the stock speeds, or have you been messing with it?
I'm extremely happy at stock.
Yeah,
the quality of the prints are really nice at the stock speed, and a lot of the guys will say the faster you go, the quality kind of dissipates. But
yeah,
if you're just doing basic squares and stuff, I could see it. But if you're getting into fine detail, slow it down.
Yeah. I think at the 200, it's running real nice. Yeah. So, but yeah, it is nice. I tell you what, it's a good machine. I wish they were affiliate. I was an affiliate person for them because I think I've sold several of them. All right.
Now, I will be honest, the K1 Max is a lot faster.
Yeah.
But it's not a bed slinger.
Right.
And for a bed slinger, I am totally impressed with the A1.
Yeah.
It is a good printer. Especially for first. I'm gonna have to admit I've never had a jam. Not once yet. No. Or any issues with the A1. I used to preach, elegant the Ender. Ender 3 is still a great printer. It's a good starter printer, especially if you want to learn. But if you got the extra, this is the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does that help you out, Dave?
Well, as far as my two little enders back here, the quality to me is fine for what the kind of stuff I do, but they're just so slow. In fact, there's been times when I come in here and I get both of them going, and then I'm like, well, I'm not sitting in here watching it. I go out and work in the shop or do something else, and I'll be away from it so long, and then I'll come in and sit down and I'll go, oh, wait a minute, I had those things right. I forget that they were running. You
Mhm.
come in here and sometimes they're still running and sometimes they've shut off, but yeah, when I started thinking about how much faster I could do, I mean, I wouldn't need but one of those to replace both of those things.
Yeah, I
Pretty
mean
much.
that's why I was saying, like, when as soon as I got this one, I mean, my Ender 3 just sat on the floor and hadn't been touched. But yeah, it's wild, the new printers that are out there, how much faster they are from just a couple years ago. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I was showing a video of this on my Facebook, and somebody was going, "Is that 3 times faster?" The video speed. Did you up the video speed? And it's like, no, that's actual speed.
Yep. They go crazy. So all right.
Okay,
Well,
you can move on now.
yeah, all right. We'll move on for Dave. And
I've
we'll
drooled.
go down here
Yeah.
to RC Life On. This is a pretty fun little video he did. He spent a couple days on a raft. And he this is the part that I enjoyed the most about it is he's got his drone flying out over the water, and he's getting his thumbnail shots and all that stuff. So he's holding up printer over his head, and the lid of the printer goes flying into the water. Here goes, watch him. Here it goes, right off into the water.
Right off his head.
I thought that was so funny. I was like, oh man. Yeah, so that was an oopsie. But yeah, he has his I think it's K1 Max, if I was
That's what
not
it looks like.
mistaken. Yeah. And he just took a few things with him, but not much of anything. So he actually had to print out and design a fork to eat. He made a fishing rod and actually used filament for the fishing line, which I thought was pretty fun. So he figured out how to do that, and actually catches a fish. He used a real hook, but he made his boat remote controlled so he could sit up on the top and be able to drive it. And so all this is stuff that he did while he's out there floating around.
There he's actually fishing.
Yeah, fishing with filament. I think it was a TPU filament that he was using. But I would have been ecstatic for catching a fish with that. I mean, it's guppy, but he actually caught it. That was pretty awesome, pretty fun. And he's using an EcoFlow Delta, one of these battery generator things, and to power everything while he's out there and floating around. So pretty neat, pretty good. I guess the printer and stuff didn't eat up too much energy. According to the video, he did fine. But cool stuff. It was a fun video to watch.
It is.
Yeah. Moving on, then we got this one. I don't think I actually put into the group chat, but because I forgot. But Robert Cowan has done a new pegboard system. There's a lot of storage and tool systems out there for like 3D printed stuff, but this one I like because it was on pegboard, and so he's put the files out there. So if you want to make some of your own designs and stuff like that, you can. I was actually thinking about. I actually have some pegboard sitting up in my attic up here, the attic floor. I call it the attic, but it's a finished room. But my son likes Nerf guns, and so I have like 2 4x8 sheets of pegboard up there to hold his Nerf guns, and so I'm thinking about taking this setup, the Peg-It system, and making Nerf blaster holders for him.
Oh, there you go. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a good idea. That'd be a great use for these, for that system, and be pretty cool.
His own Nerf gun armory.
Oh yeah, and this kid collects so many of those Nerf guns. I don't know if the 2 4-foot-by-8-foot sheets of pegboard will be enough for him to house all of his weaponry. He loves his Nerf guns. But pretty cool setup. A good design to it. So if you have interest in printing some of that stuff out, it's all there. Then we got what?
I was gonna say, if not, you could always do the multi-board too.
Yeah. So
that's cool stuff too.
That's another one. But I kind of like the whole pegboard thing, just because pegboard's easy to get a hold of, and
you have 2 sheets.
Yeah, so pretty fun. Moving on then to CNC Labs. There seems to be slight issue with CNC Labs with the old alt mill. So they put this video out yesterday, Dave? I think it was, or a day before.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah. So real quick video that they put out, and it's, I guess, basically there's an issue with some of the left plates, gantry plates, that there's some hole misalignment. And I reached out to CNC Labs for clarification, because they show you in this video the order numbers that it affects, and that's 133 orders. And I've been watching their monthly production updates and all that stuff, and Andy Lee of CNC Labs says in July, he says that they sent out their first 50-ish alt mills, and then for the September one, that statement or video that came out a couple days ago, he says in August they sent out another 50-ish ones, and they expect to send out 10 to 20 a week. So if there's 133 order numbers that could possibly be affected, that sounds that can really easily sound like that's every alt mill that's been sent out. But I don't think that's the case, though. And that's why I was reaching out to them to get clarification. And as soon as I do get some clarification, I'll let everybody know. But my thought is that those order numbers are for all of their products. So I mean, it may be 10 or 20 machines that affected, not 133 of them. So, but I guess the way that it sounds like to me that the gantry holes were put in the wrong spot or something like that.
Mislocated.
But the new gantry pieces that they'll send out will actually not line up perfectly with the gantry. I don't know. I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, I was a little confused because he said that when you get the new part and install it, the holes and all will line up, but now this one won't be flush with that extrusion like the other side is.
Yeah, and so like, is that going to mess up their homing?
Well, I don't think it would if it's sticking out on the back, which is what my understanding was. But I mean, it still doesn't make sense why they didn't fit the whole line and make it flush like the other side.
Yeah,
I see what Ryan's getting at. You're talking about one of the like the right side is going to be a little further forward versus the one
Right.
on the
Yeah.
left.
The lead, if this is the back of the gantry and this is the side plate, if it's supposed to be here and now suddenly it's here, the front of the gantry plate is going to be in a different spot too. Which
Your Z0 would be different. Your home.
yeah, I don't
That's
know. I wonder if that. Well, but it sounds more to me like the motor holes were put in the wrong spot.
Mm.
You know, like in general, I guess on the affected plates, causing the the ball screw to be wonky or something. Or I think it's a ball screw.
What I have a hard time understanding is now, having made machines before and had a sheet metal shop make stuff for me, I understand how something can get off and they don't know it, and they would ship the parts to me. But I don't understand how they could let this get out, because you'd think they'd have a master piece or template or something that for quality control you just lay it on top and the holes either line up or they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like, to me, they didn't do any kind of quality control trying to get these first few pushed out.
Oh, look at that! It's Nemo Labs. Hey, I think that's our friend Michael. Is that's his name?
Well, that could be anybody from there, actually.
Oh. Welcome, Nemo Labs. Thanks for joining us. So, yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing what I sent them a rather lengthy email about it, and just to get the clarification on what the issue really was, or and how many alt mills it really affected.
In the comments there, Ryan, BLD Designs, I don't know who that is, but he says no go template, which is what you would call that. A lot of times you would just make a template and have pins in it, and then you would take the parts and they either slide on it or they don't.
Or
and it would be an easy 5-second inspection to know whether that part was good or not. So
yeah. So it's interesting. I wonder.
I mean, to me, it's good that they're fessing up and saying, "Hey, we got a problem. We're going to fix it," and all. I think that's great.
Yeah,
but I still question why that would even get those first few out like that in the first place.
Yeah. Well, that was my other question to them too. Was like, as a clarification thing, because if it was order numbers of the alt mill, that's basically every alt mill that it sounds like that they've sent out. And if then that's a bigger issue too, that they've sent out that many without being able to be checked. But I mean, if it's a couple, if it's 4 or 5, who knows? It would be interesting to. I mean, at least they caught it early enough. Maybe those were sent out the day before or something. Who knows?
I wonder if they actually caught it, or if a customer caught it.
I'm kind of guessing that's what happened.
The customer.
Yeah, and sent them pictures or something. I mean, that's what I would assume. Well, the same thing happened with Bamboo Labs with the A1. They had the problem with the power cord going to the bed. But you were saying before about that they fessed up to it and they're addressing it, and that's right. Yeah, I said that in the email to them too. I said, hey, great job on grabbing that, because that when that happened to Bamboo Labs, I think that made more people gravitate more towards them, because they saw that once they realized that there was an issue and they addressed it, they went head first and jumped onto it. So very, very, I think it endeared more people to their product. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes forward. But I like I said, once I get hopefully I get an email back from them and be able to fill everybody in maybe next week and let everybody know what's going on. So fun times. What's BLD say here? Been building various types of CNCs for years. Your channel popped up on my feed, and I thought I'd check it out. Well, welcome, BLD Designs. We appreciate you jumping in, and hope you stay for a long time.
Subscribe.
Every video. Yep. So you better subscribe. That's what everybody does first thing. So, but yeah, good on them. Hopefully they get it figured out and move forward. So, but it'll be interesting to hear what went down with that. All right, so we got one more for this week. Our now for something different video. This week's actually showed up on my Facebook feed, and then so this is the video that has what was in the Facebook thing, but it also has like some extended stuff. So this is pretty cool the way this happens. So this is a guy riding a train.
That's the best part.
And it's basically a skate park on a train, and Red Bull does some awesome stuff. So I guess they of course they tested this thing's going still, but the final part of the video is what was on Facebook, where the guy actually rides this train and does all the jumps and flips and all this other stuff, and he essentially sitting still. So yeah, well, let me get rid of. Hold on a second. We'll get rid of this. So if you,
I'll back up.
Now,
yeah, let me.
Am I the only one that watched this? And
No, I watched it too.
Well, am I the only one that watched it and think it's fake?
No, I did not.
know.
Because it's Red Bull.
And they've done some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
He actually showed, like, in this video and stuff, is it's pretty cool because it's showing more of the background stuff and failed attempts and stuff like that, where he's doing flippity doodahs and stuff like that.
Here we go.
Yeah, but this is the run here. So look at the stop sign right in the middle of the screen. So he's essentially staying still the entire run, which is pretty wild that they got the speed and tempo of the whole thing in such a way that they could do this. That's insane, and that was really insane. And then he drops off.
Nails it.
Right. It's wild. He's celebrating. Yeah.
I think it would have been more impressive if he'd have turned around and went back to the front of the train.
Oh,
yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Pretty neat thing to watch them do. But yeah, so it looks like he tried it a few times before he nailed it, because that one he comes right off of the pedals and puts his man parts in danger. So, but pretty cool, a lot of fun, pretty neat, interesting thing to watch.
I'm surprised that they actually found an engine and cars to do this with, because I'm pretty sure you guys thought the same thing. What if he does beef it and he ends up between two cars? He's done.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
that's why I think this is bogus and just fake. And because you notice at the end when he drops off, the camera, when they come up to him close, it's a jump cut. There's no right here. See, they go to there, and then so all that could have been. I just think, these days you can fake anything, and I just think it looked fake to me. And plus, I think, what railroad in their right mind would do this?
There's so many that are not used anymore. Like, I don't know, this is out in the middle of corn country somewhere, and they're probably unused tracks that they were able to get to.
Now there's other guys that I think you can rent engines and stuff and sections of track. And it's not going to be cheap.
Well, it's Red Bull, so
Well, I guess Red
Yeah.
Bull's
Yeah,
got plenty
being
of
that
money.
it's Red Bull, I'd almost think that they would try something like that because they do some crazy things.
Oh
yeah.
I like their Hot Wheel cars.
Oh yeah, they're pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah. BLD says going forward would have been really tough. Yeah,
He'd
Yeah.
have had to pedal really, really fast.
yeah, yeah. So, pretty awesome though. But yeah, so that was it for this week's videos and all that stuff. Had a lot of fun with it. So hopefully next week we'll have a new batch of videos to chat about and have a great time with. And good stuff. Mr. Corliss, you got anything else for us this week?
Nope, I'm fresh out.
Awesome. I'm gonna end up watching that bicycle and video thing now like 10 times.
That is pretty wicked.
Yeah.
Then we can text Dave and say, but it's real. It's real. We slowed
Maybe
it
you
down.
need to watch the
It's real.
extended cut there, Dave. Yeah.
Oh,
Mr. Sean, anything else from you this week?
I might not be here next week. We have a train show. It's up in Boone, Iowa. So if you're in the area, stop on by, say hi.
Hey, do a remote.
We'll throw
I'll
a party.
try.
I mean,
I'll try it.
They
Good.
probably
Actually, I
only
know
have
I'm going to
Wi-Fi.
try a live. Do what, Dave?
I said they probably only have Wi-Fi, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
might sound like Robot Man or something.
it's quite okay. Take the week off.
Dial-up modem.
Yeah.
Well, luckily I got my phone. Hopefully, I think there's Verizon up in the area. So
Yeah, make it a hotspot and you could do it.
there we go.
Don't worry about it. Take a week off. It's no big deal.
If anything, I'll try a
I'll-
live during the day.
I'll dock your pay.
It's light already.
There's no pay.
There isn't? I thought there was. That's why I've been coming here every week.
No. Sorry, Paul. you were lied to. No. Mr. Gatton, do you have anything else for us this week?
No, not really. If you're not doing anything on Wednesday, tune in to my little Q&A podcast, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'll be doing my second one. Well, actually my third one, but the second one with that new fangled streaming app. So
Oh, cool.
There you go.
I guess I told you when I went live, right after I clicked the go live thing and the intro started last week, my screen just went totally black. And I had, and I thought, okay, this stuff's working out great.
There you go.
So, but yeah, it came back and made it all through the rest of the stream and actually did pretty good. So anxious to do another one.
Paul gets Sean's pay next week. Yep.
You can have it all, Paul.
2 times 0 is still 0. Well, and look, we got Mr. Vintari out there. So, hey, if anybody's looking for a good stream to watch on Sunday nights, 8 to 10, I believe, and him and the Clack Shack.
Yeah,
are
I
on
saw
about
Clack and he's in the chat too, or he was.
Was he out there? Oh, I didn't see
I
him.
saw him and Steve both out there.
So, go check the guys out. They have a good time. And let's see here. And well, for me, I got nothing else really for you this week. I had a good time. Appreciate it. Hopefully next week we'll have some more fun. And
No forklift update.
I'll just lurking. Oh yes, there actually is a forklift update.
All right.
I did get my new master cylinder, and I did put it in. and I still have to bleed the brakes. So the brakes need to be bled. So it's wild how the brakes are set up on this thing. So on this, it's a 1973 Clark TW20. It's an electric forklift, 24 volt. It's pretty sweet. It doesn't lift a ton of stuff. Well, actually, it lifts 1 ton. It has a 2,000 pound lifting capacity. But the way that the transmissions are oriented on it, you have the electric motor, and then there's a gearbox, and then offset is another shaft that comes out of it that has the brake drum on it, and the brake drum is in the center of the machine. So you have 2 brake drums like this far apart from each other. So if you ever had to change the brakes on that thing, it would be near impossible to get. Like there's just enough to get the brake drum out of that area. It's kind of crazy. So I somebody needs to come over and help me bleed the brakes, and then hopefully we can stop the thing. It'll be a good time.
You'll be setting the video camera up the first time you take it down the hill.
Yeah, probably, because it's either going to stop or it's not.
It's going to look a lot like that Red Bull.
Yeah, except for a lot messier. It'll be just a video of expletives getting me bailing out of that thing.
All you got to do is drop the forks, right?
No, because they're not powered down. So it's interesting how it's set up. Like it releases the pressure of the cylinder, but it doesn't actually force it down. It's just like letting gravity take them down. It's interesting.
You just got to plan ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, just not like test the brakes before I put it on the hill. That's what we're going to do. Maybe tie it to my truck.
You got an extra anchor laying around. You just.
I mean, I do have some extra golf carts. So good time. So yeah, well, hopefully this week there'll be some more forklift content. So, all right, party people. Well, thanks again for joining. I appreciate it, Mr. Gatton, Mr. Corliss, Mr. Klondike. Thank you. I was getting ready to call you Shondike, and that's not the last name.
You would have got it right both ways.
Close enough. So, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll be back next week to have some more fun. So, peace out, sauerkraut. And if this thing lets me end the stream, that'd be really nice. Yep. Here we go. Come on. Yep. Still not. There you go.